Connecting Plenty Markets and Shopify just became a whole lot easier. In time for the launch of the European ERP program, we have released our Plenty Markets app to the Shopify App Store. It is now available for download and will drastically enhance the data exchange between the two entities. Today, I would like to show you how to install the app and configure the data flow as well as demonstrate the functionalities. Let's get started. Let's set the stage for today's demonstration. We are a retailer running an online store on Shopify. Striving to grow our business, we are looking to connect Plenty Markets in order to develop multiple sales channels, automate our processes, and gain access to a comprehensive inventory and warehouse management. Therefore, we are going to use the provided application to connect the two systems. Next, we're going to look at how to install the app. Installing an application on Shopify is as easy as it gets. We simply click on Apps in the main navigation of the Shopify-Backend. Automatically, the search bar opens and we can type in Plenty Markets to find our app. Unless we already have the app installed, the results will suggest visiting the App Store upon entering the search terms. Hitting Enter will redirect to the App Store, where we will find the Plenty Markets app, easily recognizable by the Plenty logo used as the app icon. Here, we select the app to access the listing. While being able to gather more information on the application here, we can hit Add App to proceed. By clicking on Install App in the upcoming window, we are granting all required permissions and installing the application. Now that the app is installed, we can access it and start its configuration. To start off, we need to enter our Plenty Markets credentials, including the system ID as well as username and password. If you do not have an up and running Plenty Markets system, you can simply book a test environment from here, by clicking Register for a free trial. Next, you will go through a registration process and subsequently be provided with the login details via email. The trial period runs for 30 days, free of charge. Once we have our credentials available, we enter them here and hit Login. Up comes the app's interface, in which all clients available in our Plenty Markets system are listed. Here, we are going to select the client we would like to connect to Shopify, and activate the toggle button to connect. The previously inactive options for data synchronization now become available, allowing us to select the data we would like to transfer for each direction of the data flow. The app covers the data transfer of prices and stock, items, and categories into both directions, while orders, customers, and payment details can be transferred only from Shopify to Plenty Markets. However, it is not possible to select prices and stock, or items, to go both ways simultaneously. For demonstration purposes, let's assume that we already have a few products and customers in Shopify that we would like to transfer to Plenty Markets. The 7 products we see here have already been equipped with descriptions, categories, prices and stock. Furthermore, we have a few customers whose data we would like to transfer. In this case, as we navigate back to our application, we are going to select all available options to be synchronized from Shopify to Plenty Markets. Once we have made our selection, we click on the Save icon to store our settings. For the next step, let's move to Plenty Markets to further configure the data exchange using the corresponding assistant. We are now in Plenty Markets, where we will need to go through an assistant to finish the configuration of the data exchange. Let's navigate to Setup, Assistants, Omnichannel, and select the assistant called Shopify Configuration. There is another assistant, called Input Field Mapping, which can be used to match individual fields between Plenty Markets and Shopify. This function is very helpful to map Shopify input fields with Plenty Markets values, like properties. For demonstration purposes, this assistant has already been filled with all required information. In the individual steps, we have to establish the Shopify connection, enter the information regarding item and stock management, map the warehouse locations of Plenty Markets to the ones in Shopify, give instructions on the exchange of orders and contacts, and, lastly, map the shipping profiles. Bear in mind that for each data type, only one direction of data flow can be configured at once. If we activate both directions, we will receive an error message. Having gone through the assistant, the data synchronization is now in place. Orders, stock and prices will be synchronized every 15 minutes, item updates will run every hour, while the transfer of items and customers is carried out once per day. All that is left to do is leaning back and watching the magic happen. Here, we can see the items currently available in Plenty Markets prior to the data transfer. The 7 sofas are nowhere to be seen. Similarly, we see the list of customers, which does not yet include those to be synchronized from Shopify. Let's wait for the data to flow. Drum roll please. And voila! Checking our items in Plenty Markets after the data transfer has run, we find that our Shopify products have been synchronized. Looking at our contacts, we also notice that the available datasets have been imported. Referring back to our case study, transferring the data from Shopify to Plenty Markets can be checked off the list. Now, Plenty Markets will be the leading system to enter and update item data. The next logical step is to prepare an item to be transferred vice versa. Let's look at the necessary steps. We are going to have to make some adjustments to the input in our application's backend. As the connection remains established, the settings we make there will automatically transfer to our assistant. After having switched the direction of the data exchange, we can now prepare items and variations to be exported from Plenty Markets to Shopify. Here, we have an item that we would like to transfer. All we need to do is enter a valid price and adjust the availability for the corresponding referrer in order for the item to be transferred during the next data flow. Let's find out whether the synchronization was successful. And indeed, the item we have prepared was transferred to Shopify with all its information. Finally, we have created a fictional order to stage the event of a customer buying from the online shop. If the data exchange has been configured correctly, it will now flow into Plenty Markets to be processed from there. Let's take a look. Great, the order has been transferred. We've successfully established a data exchange between Shopify and Plenty Markets. Now, the orders, customer information and payment details from the online shop automatically flow into Plenty Markets, while your order and item updates seamlessly flow back. Congratulations! The whole process of registering to Shopify, setting up the app and configuring the assistant is thoroughly explained in the Plenty manual. Be sure to take a look in case you run into questions. Drop a comment and leave us a like. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications to never miss an update. Thanks for watching.